All right, race fans, let's recap a big Saturday, August 8th here at Delaware Park. We had a couple two-year-old stakes, the Dover and the Blue Hen. They didn't disappoint. We also had a couple nice carryovers. Early pick 5 carryover was a little shy of 25,000. Then the pick 5 that started race 3, that had a carryover that was a little shy of 9,800. I had a big day. I gave out 2 winning pick 5 tickets. I'll tell you more about them as we go through the races. Let's get right to the racing action here in race 1. Race 1 would kick off the popular early pick 5. They bet almost 150,000 into the early pick 5 today with that nice carryover. The main track was fast for the first 4 races today. It would switch to muddy before race 5. We're off the turf on Saturday. Race 1, we're going a flat mile, claiming 7,500, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Let's go to the voice of Delaware Park, Josh Brown, with the call of Saturday's opener.
Away and running. Good speed from Tug per the usual. Sharp Wonders also right there. And there's the rail speed of Italy. Around the first turn they go in the hot pink and dark cream. Tug has the advantage and leads by only 1. Sharp Wonders attracting second, and Italy tracks the pace from third. Knockout Guy is 3 paths deep in fourth as they're all single file. And Guard of Honor tracks the pace in fifth. Zano's in sixth. Double Miles is in seventh. And last of all, Tell 'em I'm Coming. So Tug has all the aces right now past the 5.5 and really slows this right down to a sedate gallop in an opening quarter that went in 25 seconds. Italy sensing a slower pace to confront Sharp Wonder for that second place position, and there's a gap of 5 back to the first move coming from Guard of Honor on the outside. Knockout Guy gets a little bit of a loose rein to stay with the top 4. Double Miles is starting to close in and finds a garden spot up the fence. Tell 'em I'm Coming's making a bold move on the far outside, just grabbed fourth, and in tight was the 4 Double Miles and dropped the last as Zano passes that one. Around the bend with 3 furlongs to go, Tug in hand and in command and is opened up by 2. Italy continues to give game chase in second. Sharp Wonders in third. Up the inside, Tell 'em I'm Coming's in that 4th place position. Heads turn for home, and Tug still in hand at the 3/16 pole, leads by 3. Sharp Wonder making up a stack of ground. Tell 'em I'm Coming punches up the fence. They're homeward bound now with a furlong to go. Tug is still long gone over Tell 'em I'm Coming. Zano starting to erupt late along with Sharp Wonder, but they couldn't beat the lone speed, and the lone speed was Tug off at 4-5. Tell 'em I'm Coming was second. Sharp Wonder was third, and Zano was fourth.
Well, Tug's been sharp all meet long here at Delaware Park. He gets his second win this year at the meet. Nice ride there by 7-pound apprentice Emmanuel Rosario. We went right to the front, got away with setting some slow early fractions, and Tug goes coast to coast and pays $3.80 to win for trainer Jonathan Badia Casado, who wins first off the claim with Tug, the 3-year-old son of Uncle Lino, who's now a 2-time winner. He's now made over $40,000 in career earnings. So he was my single on a $54 early pick 5 ticket I gave out, and we're live with Tug at $3.80 there in race 1. Let's take a look here at race 2. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 12.5 for Philly Mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Let's see what happens here in race 2.
Away and running. Good even start. Speed today from Miss Motown and Go Alice Go. On the far outside, Raquel Blue gets closer in that 3rd place position, and final engagements up the fence to join 4th. Rio Oso tracks the speed from 5th in front of 2, which is Panchita, and Izzy Rockstar has some pace to chase, so it's Miss Motown with the money on. She leads the way by 1 long length. Raquel Blue takes up the chase in second, and behind the both of them is Go Alice Go. Final engagement has the trip today, just needs the space to race, and Rio Oso is dipped out wide. Panchita starts to hit her best stride, and nothing today from Izzy's Rockstar midpoint around the one and only turn. Raquel Blue turning the tables over Miss Motown as they come to the top of the stretch, and Raquel Blue kicks away by almost 2. Miss Motown trying to re-rally in second. Final engagement is showing up late, far outside for Rio Oso, and Panchita's up the fence, but in inside the final 220. It's all Raquel Blue. A good battle for second between Go Alice Go and Final Engagement. Miss Motown's flat to the boards. It's Raquel Blue's win over Final Engagement, Miss Motown, and Go Alice Go.
Raquel Blue coming off a long layoff, making her 5-year-old debut today. She looked great in the paddock and she ran to her good look. She's a sharp winner here in race 2 for jockey Julio Hernandez and trainer Mac Robertson. The 5-year-old mare by Practical Joke, now a 2-time winner. She went off 5-2 and paid $7.20 to win race 2. Let's take a look here at race 3. We were off the turf this afternoon. Race 3 switches to 1 mile on the main track, 16,000 starter allowance for 3-year-olds and upward, optional claiming 25,000. We would kick off another pick 5 in race 3. We had a nice carryover over 90, almost 9,800, and they bet around 63,000 into the pick 5 starting in race 3. It scratches down to a 4-horse field. Let's see what happens here in race 3.
Away and running. Blazing speed from JD Factor beats everyone out of the gate. Chance comes away second, and Falfurious is getting closer to the lead, but is 4 paths deep, and English Painter's on hold while ground saving. So that's the 4 of them, and JD Factor's the leader by 3/4 of a length. Falfurious is right there under a very tight hold, and the ears are pricked too, and is a 1.5 lengths clear in front of Chance, who tracks the pace from 3rd, and English Painter continues to stay parked at the paint. Only 5 lengths would cover the lot. So it's JD Factor with the money on, continuing to be the dictating speed. Shows the way by 1/2 length. Falfurious is trying to get closer without being asked, and these two have a lot of gas left in the tank. Chance is right there in a menacing mood as well, but has a slow pace to try to run down. And still last of all is English Painter with 4 furlongs to go. JD Factor still the pilot. Falfurious continues to change in that 2nd place position as they round the far turn. JD Factor's asked for a bit more, but Falfurious is gliding up to this runner now. Chance is only 2 lengths down from the speed and nothing from English Painter. They just passed the 5/16 pole, and JD Factor's called on for everything he has. Falfurious is right there. These two are still 1-2 at the top of the stretch, and Chance is 3 lengths down in 3rd as they turn for home. JD Factor pushes come to shove, but he's now responding when asked. Falfurious is fully stretched, but can't press past JD Factor just yet, and JD Factor kicks it into gear. Falfurious has chased the hind end of JD Factor throughout. JD Factor, an 8-5 winner over Falfurious, Chance, and English Painter.
JD Factor with a big win there in race 3 for our leading trainer, Jamie Ness, who's hitting at around 35% for the meet. Nice ride there by jockey Ruben Severa. JD Factor went off 8-5, and now the 5-year-old son of the Factor, an 8-time winner. He's now made close to $400,000 in career earnings. He paid $5.40 to win race 3. Let's take a look here at race 4. Race 4 would kick off the late pick 5. It's the first of 2 two-year-old features on the day. Race 4 is the $75,000 Dover for 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs. Let's see what happens here in race 4.
Away and running. Brilliant speed today from Sea Devil, but up the inside, Lucky Siete is right there too. Tatters came away a handy joint 2nd, and Snow Homish is sent hard on the far outside. Mi Corazoncito is in that 5th place position, and 7's Nitro is last of all. So under the dark skies of the Dover Stakes, it's Tatters who makes play and shows the way 3/4 of a length. Snow Homish right there ratcheting up the pressure in 2nd, and Sea Devil rides the rail in 3rd. Lucky Siete comes under a drive. Mia Corazoncito had a tap on the brakes, and now 7's Nitro is starting to pick up velocity well on the far outside, and here comes 7's Nitro. They just passed the quarter pole, and now a new leader as Snow Homish kicks for home. Tatters is right there battling back. The rail belongs to Sea Devil as they turn for home. It's now Tatters who's engaging with Snow Homish, and Sea Devil has a saloon, passes up the fence if that one can find a way through, and late on the scene is Lucky Siete. Snow Homish strikes the front while drifting in badly. Tatters had a check. Here comes Sevens Nitro late on the scene. Snow Homish is almost home. Snow Homish has won the Dover Stakes to beat Tatters, 7 Nitro, and Lucky Siete.
Well, we had a little drama there in race 4 as we had a big storm that came just a few minutes before the race. You saw the rain falling there for race 4. We still had a fast track though for race 4. Now the 5 Snow Homish crossed the finish line first, but you saw that 2-year-old colt all over the place in the stretch. He interfered with the 4 Tatters at the top of the stretch and then again in late stretch. So the 5 Snow Homish was DQ'd and placed second. The new order of finish is 4, 5, 3, 1. So the 4 Tatters gets put up for the win in the Dover. Nice homebred for Dorothy Alexander Matz and trainer Michael Matz, the 2-year-old colt, now a perfect 2 for 2. He gives jockey Julio Hernandez his second win of the day. Trainer Michael Matz trained the second dam of Tatters, who was a grade 2 winner. So the sky's the limit here for Tatters. The 2-year-old colt by Gervin went off 15-1 and paid a big $33.60 to win the Dover. So I had all there in race 4 for my early pick 5 and my race 3 pick 5. So let's take a look here at race 5. Now we would switch to a muddy track as the rain would continue to fall. We would go to a muddy track for race 5. We had a little weather delay before race 5. Race 5 is off the turf, going a flat mile on the muddy going. First level allowance condition for filly and mares 3 and up. We kick off the late pick 4 here in race 5. Let's see what happens here in the 5th.
Away and running. Poor start for Silfrina. Good speed from Moon Cash, who's going to have an uncontested lead. Caprichosa in front is a settled second at the 7.5. The gray is Ariana Valentina with Weekend Wife second to last and a stutter step start and a 5-wide move from Silfrina at the back of the pack. So there is no pace whatsoever, and that sets up gloriously today for Moon Cash. Leads them past the 6.5 with a 3/4 of a length lead. Caprichosa in front. It continues to protect that rail, and Weekend Wife is eager to go and now injects more pace to Moon Cash on the fight for the front. Ariana Valentina is off the inside for a clear shot, and Silfrina's last of all in that opening quarter in 26 pedestrian-like seconds, and Moon Cash just a walk in the park right now, leads the way by 2. First move's coming from Caprichosa in front, who starts to get going, and the rail's wide open too. Ariana Valentina's in between rivals. Weekend Wife is 4 paths steep, and a tail swooshing Silfrina tries to get on track. They turn again, and Moon Cash is trying to play coy with the opposition. Jockey still hasn't moved just yet. Weekend Wife is getting closer, so is Caprichosa in front, and Silfrina is starting to erupt now in the pink cap on the far outside. Now the pace picks up, and Moon Cash has a daunting challenges for them lurk right behind. They turn for the top of the stretch. Moon Cash in the black cap needs to dig deep and find more. Caprichosa in front takes the inside trail. Weekend Wife has all the positive momentum. Ariana Valentina showing up late, a good battle bruise, but Weekend Wife is slowly pulling away from Moon Cash in the concluding stages at 3-1. Weekend Wife with a bold bid to score the winning run. Moon Cash was second, Caprichosa in front was third, and Ariana Valentina was fourth.
Great to see owner Richie F. Blue Jr. and trainer Timmy Keefe with a nice win Saturday at Delaware Park. Weekend Wife, the 5-year-old Maryland-bred mare by Blofeld, gets her 5th lifetime win. She's now made around $150,000 in career earnings. This is her 4th win this year as a 5-year-old. She's having a brilliant campaign. She's now won 3 of her last 4 starts. Nice ride there. Angel Cruz for the Tim Keefe barn. Weekend Wife 8-5 morning line goes off 3-1, pays $8.40 to win race 5. If you played my early pick 5 that started race 1, it was a $54 ticket. That ticket hit for $1,152.50. Congratulations if you played it. Let's take a look here at our other feature of the day, race 6, the $75,000 Blue Hen Stakes for 2-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. Let's take a look here at race 6.
Away and running. Good speed in the center for Witten Way, but the outside is starting to flow. There goes Alma's Gone Gamblin', Witchy Vibes. The speed of Tiz Tappin' and down the farm is right there too. Pace aplenty here, and Tiz Tapping comes away with the lead. Down the farm tracks in second. Alma's Gone Gambling a patiently ridden third. Witten Way with the money on is in that fourth place position. 4 paths deep is Witchy Vibes. 3 wide is Great Destiny, and Olivia's Legacy rides that rail at the 3.5. So Tiz Tapping continues to lead, but for how much longer as Alma's Gone Gambling saddles up to her speed in second. Down the farm is trying to pounce on the both of them. Witten Way coming in under a very heavy drive, hasn't responded just yet. The quarter pole's in sight for Tiz Tapping, who continues to battle Alma's Gone Gambling. Very wide for Down the Farm as they turn to the top of the stretch. Alma's Gone Gambling now with a nose in front. Tiz Tapping sticking to her every step of the way. Olivia's Legacy is closing in. Witten Way finally hits its best stride, but Olivia's Legacy has the momentum. Witten Way goes for the battle. Up the fences, Tiz Tapping. Witten Way in the final jumps. Witten Way has won the Blue Hen Stakes to beat Olivia's Legacy and Tiz Tapping.
What a huge effort by Witten Way, the 2-year-old Maryland-bred filly by game winner out of that nice Not for Love mare, Steady in Love, who was a stakes winner. Gary Capuano trained. Gary Capuano also trained the second dam of Witten's Way, who was a nice runner as well. That was Slow and Steady, the foundation broodmare of a lot of the Gary Capuano operations success. Witten Way now an undefeated 2 for 2. She gives jockey Emmanuel Rosario his second win of the day. Witten Way went off a heavy 1-5 favorite and gets up in the final strides to win and pay $2.60 to win the Blue Hen. We have a nice winner's circle picture in the winner's circle for the Blue Hen. There's all the winning connections from Witten Way. Good looking picture there. Gary Capuano along with his daughter Tori, his son Justin, and the whole ownership group there of Witten Way. We had a nice interview in the winner's circle following the win picture with trainer Gary Capuano and Emmanuel Rosario. Here's what they said.
Down to the winner's circle we go with racing analyst Stan Salter.
Here with the winning connections of Witten Way and the Blue Hen. What an effort. Congratulations, jockey Emmanuel Rosario. You rode her great. Your first stakes win here in the Blue Hen. Your thoughts on the winning ride?
Yeah, no, amazing, man. Thank you for the opportunity to train, assistant, Cody, Gary. Amazing, man.
All right, you got the job done. Nice ride. You're having a great meet. Good luck the rest of the day, Emmanuel.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Gary Capuano, you trained the dam Steady in Love. You trained the second dam Slow and Steady. What a nice family this is. And this filly ran huge in debut. She went off 1-5. She looked beat at the top of the lane and just found another gear at the 8th pole.
Yeah, she did. She ran a great race down the back stretch. You know, the dirt hit her in the face. She started climbing a little bit. He got a good chance to get outside. You know, at the 5/16 pole, he was kind of getting after her, and she wasn't going anywhere. So I didn't think we had a shot turning for home, but you know, she just grinded it out. And the whole family's just great.
Yeah, how special is this family? She's a half to It's Hammer Time and several others that have made a bunch of money. So the sky's the limit with this filly. Looks like she might appreciate going longer too with that big late kick in this race. Your thoughts on her future? Looks like she's got a bright future.
Yeah, she does. She's pretty sensible. She's easy to train. She looks like she'll probably travel a distance of ground, you know, with the game winner there. So yeah, we're excited, and there's races down the road. We'll see what happens.
Another Delaware certified winner, right? She was certified at Maryland Meadows, right?
Marlin Meadows, yep. So, you know, hats off to them and all the staff. So.
All right, congratulations. Big win, Witten Way. Huge win today in the Blue Hen. All right, congratulations. Here at race 7. Race 7 would kick off the late daily double. We're off the turf, 5 furlongs on the muddy going. Second level allowance condition here for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 7.
Away and running. Good rail speed from Normandy Hero. Radical Right is also showing good early speed and bar on the outside is Congrats on 50. Also, Discreet Devil with Yahoo Omar and Take a Hint is reluctant to load and the favorites last around the turn of the 3.5. And Normandy Hero blazes a trail to a 3/4 of a length lead. But Congrats on 50 is poised to strike in second. Deep on the track in that 5th place position. Take a Hint finally finding his legs in that joint 3rd place position with Yahoo Omar and Radical Right. And Discreet Devils at the back of the pack as it's Normandy Hero who spins them in and shows the way by 2. Yahoo Omar with those orange colors tries to get on track very wide as Take a Hint. The rail belongs to Radical Right, but Normandy Hero just keeps on finding and has opened up by 2. Radical Right's getting closer inside the final furlong, but Normandy Hero still has a sizable break with 50 yards left to go. Normandy Hero has scored. Radical Right was second, Yahoo Omar was third, and Take a Hint was a disappointing fourth.
Normandy Hero gives trainer Jamie Ness and jockey Ruben Severo their second win on the card. Normandy Hero, a 5-year-old stud horse by Omaha Beach, now an 8-time winner. He's now made close to $400,000 in career earnings. He went off 2-1, paid $6.40 to win race 7. If you played the pick 5 ticket I gave out race 3, we had that nice carryover. I gave out a $72 ticket starting race 3. That pick 5 hit. It paid $1,081.80. So congratulations if you played my early and race 3 pick 5 tickets today. They both hit for a combined around $2,200. Congratulations if you played them. Let's take a look here at our 8th and final race. We're going 6 furlongs on the muddy, going beaten 62.50 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in the Saturday finale.
Away and running. Good even start. Mogaloo showing long shot speed. Just for the money is right there too, and Float On's deep on the track. This runs for you. Now surges to take that 3rd place position away over Mogaloo, and 4 of them gang up to take that runner on. So as the dust settles, Just for the money's the leader. Float On tracks in second, and This Runs for You's a tracking 3rd. Ducale comes away in that 4th place position, and Old Town Road is wide and out of trouble. 7's 11's in front of Mogaloo, and Prom Night needs to sprout wings from last. They swing the side, and Just for the money continues to lead, and Float On continues to hound his speed. This Runs for You firmed up to 2-1 at last glance, is a struggling 3rd at the moment, and Old Town Road's in that 4th place position. A well stretched out field as they turn for home. Just for the money cuts and runs and leads by 1. Float On has every single chance to press on pass. A distant 3rd, This Runs for You. Closing in late is Prom Night, and also closing in is Old Town Road. Final furlong. Just for the money, pushes come to shove, and Float On has all this positive momentum. Float On with a long, steady grind in the final jump. Float On has got it. To beat Just for the money, This Runs for You, and Mogaloo.
Float On wins first off the claim for Trending Stable and trainer Jose R.C. Nice ride there, jockey Jose Batista on Float On. The 8-year-old son of Bluegrass Cat, who was making his 70th start today. He's now a 14-time winner who's now made around $300,000 in career earnings. He went off 3-1, paid $8.60 to win race 8. If you hit the late pick 5, congratulations. I didn't give out a ticket for the late pick 5, but if you hit it, it paid well. There were 2 winning tickets for the late pick 5. It paid $5,643.85. So we had 3 nice paying pick 5 scores this afternoon at Delaware Park. Hope you had them. Let's get a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you about today's handle. Okay, welcome back. Once again, congratulations to our stakes winners today. Tatters, who wins for the Matz family, and jockey Julio Hernandez in the Dover. And congratulations to the Gary Capuano family and all the owners of Witten Way, who won the Blue Hen. With jockey, Witten Way, a big winner in the Blue Hen to give jockey Emmanuel Rosario his second win of the day. Today's handle on Saturday, a little shy of $1.5 million. Thanks to all our fans and bettors for making it happen, and thanks to all our horsemen, and of course, thanks to all our horses for putting on a great show. Live racing resumes next week, Thursday. We'll have a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday racing schedule next week. Have a great rest of the weekend. We hope to see you here next Thursday.
There's only one